Is it me, or is that the attacks on J.K. Rowling just never stop?
You're kidding.
To make his point, Daniel Radcliffe, formerly Harry Potter, sat down with a bunch of trans kids, mentally ill children.
What the fuck?
To show how diverse he is, how inclusive he is, how wonderful they are, so stunning, so brave.
What, are you retarded?
Such an idiot. I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this
It's true.
is What's Next. Hey, what's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Hope you guys are doing well today. Well, with all the nonstop travesty that we have going on in this country, especially regarding the Transanity movement, sadly, I'm going to add another one. J.K. Rowling, who's not a bastion of conservatism. She is a liberal at heart, but she knows fact from fiction. She knows that men are men and women are women. And she has made that very clear over a number of tweets over the number of years. But yet they keep coming after her, the woke crowd, and even those she's made famous. Yes, of course, we're talking about Harry Potter, and we're talking about one Daniel Radcliffe. Well, Daniel Radcliffe, to emphasize his point on how diverse and inclusive he is, he sat down with a bunch of trans kids, mentally ill children, who need psychological help. Of course, their parents signed off on this nonsense. And telling them how wonderful they are, how stunning and brave they are. Basically, giving a middle finger to J.K. Rowling in the process. Let's take a look, shall we? This comes out of Bounding in the Comics. Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, promotes child mutilation by hosting a roundtable discussion with trans kids. Nice. To push the mutilation of children in the name of being an ally to the alphabet community has taken a dark turn over the last few months. It's just gotten darker thanks to a celebrity endorsement from Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe. Radcliffe, who portrayed a titular boy wizard in the film series, recently appeared as a guest host in the first episode of Sharing Space, a new web series produced by the Alphabet Suicide Prevention charity, the Trevor Project, which features a roundtable-style conversations with the Alphabet youth in moderate by curious, open-minded adults and allies. Really, open-minded. This week, I was incredibly fortunate to get to meet 6 young people who agreed to come and share their stories with us and have a conversation about allyship and the people in their lives who have shown up for them and made a positive impact on them and their journeys, said Radcliffe before delving into a general discussion with his guests about the experiences as, quote, transgender individuals. Let's catch a little bit.
Take one, be Mark.
I didn't know trans was a thing until I was really 15 or 16.
Why does gender have to be associated with your sex?
I once had someone say to me, why would we use common American language? Saying that they, them pronouns shouldn't be used for under the non-binary trans umbrella.
I'm a person, you're a person, I treat you with respect, so I deserve it back.
I think a lot of the time it's just because people don't know a young trans person, so there's just this theoretical idea about this in their head.
At one point during a discussion, Radcliffe invited his guests to offer their thoughts on the topic of childhood transgenderism, asserting, "I'd love to hear from all of you and why we can trust kids to tell us who they are. I don't understand why we just can't decide I'm a girl," argued one guest named Daly. "If a big decision to decide I'm a girl, then it's a big decision to decide I'm a boy. It's the same thing. There is no age. I don't have to be 18 to decide that, I am who I am." "I don't think we give children enough credit for coming into this world and having a sense of purity and understanding for themselves," added another guest going by the name of Deity the Y. As for an episode drawn to a close, Radcliffe asked for people who are watching this video who are cis and straight. Of course, he had to make sure he got those buzzwords in, because if he didn't, of course, they would attack him. And maybe don't know who a trans person is in their life, or maybe do. What would be something that they would want to share with them, or either something that you didn't have or wish that you had, or something that somebody did and said with you, with his guests resoundingly answered, kindness. I feel like kindness is free, and you hear it all the time. It's about respect. It's something that you should do regardless of how someone identifies or what they look like, opined Mateo Luis. And you don't even have to know someone's pronouns or someone's name know, this is a living, breathing human being. They deserve to be living and breathing. And even I might not agree and understand who they are, I'm going to respect them. I'm going to be kind just today. And that little bit of kindness can make someone's day exponentially better and doesn't cost you anything. In a statement released ahead of the series premiere, Radcliffe said at his guest appearance, "We listen to so many people talk about trans youth and hear about them talk so often about the news, but very rarely do we actually hear from the youth directly. It was an absolute privilege to meet these and listen to an incredible group of young people," the actor asserted. At the end of the day, if you're going to talk about trans kids, it might be useful to actually listen to trans kids. Oh, I'm sorry. And let's see. It appears with this video, the Trevor Project has joined the vocal alphabet community in making these arguments for children as young preschool age are mature enough to make their own decisions. Of course, preschool, they're young enough to, drive cars, buy houses, open credit cards. But, no, we can't have them do that. But lop off your breasts and chop off your balls, meatball surgery, yeah, they can do that. Particularly when it comes to being transgender. As such, the current activists go through lines of calls to good allies to promote full gender transition for children under the guise of allowing young individuals to identify as trans or permanently mutilate their bodies in a way to, quote, save them from the torture of living as the gender they were born to be. Notably, the Trevor Project was in hot water just last year for teaming with Sam Brinton, the former cross-dressing non-binary, now former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Department of Energy, who, of course, got caught stealing luggage and subsequently got fired. Radcliffe's partnership with this particular Trevor Project endeavor comes as a little surprise considering how in 2020 the actor threw Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling under the bus after she refused to play along with the attempt by progressives to erase the term quote-unquote woman in favor of people who menstruate or birthing people. Transgender women are women, the actor asserted in a statement published by the Trevor Project. Any statement to the contrary erases the identity and dignity of trans people and goes against all advice given by professional healthcare. Yes, trust the science. And advice given by professional healthcare associates who have far more experience on this subject and the matter than either J.K. Rowling or I. Once again, Daniel Radcliffe, Hollywoke, bending over, grabbing both ankles, and saying, give it to me, and give it to me hard, alphabet community. Make sure he scores all those brownie points. Outside of J.K. Rowling, say men are men and women are women, J.K. Rowling has pretty much been a hardcore liberal. She is she's in favor of abortion. She's in favor of women's rights. Well, of course, who won't be? She is, I don't know if she's third wave feminism, maybe second wave feminism, but what have you. So conservatism is not in her bag. But according to Harry Potter, according to Daniel Radcliffe and other members of that Harry Potter franchise, she is Satan incarnate. She is the devil. When HBO does a 20th anniversary on Harry Potter and yet doesn't invite the founder, the creator, the one who made all of those kids rich to the party, pretty much says it all. But once again, Daniel Radcliffe, who has supposedly listened to the science, didn't listen hard enough. Men are men, women are women because of biology, genetics, muscle structure, bone density, faith. And at the end of the day, Daniel Radcliffe is an idiot. I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share, subscribe to it. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. And we'll see you next time. Peace.